Hello and welcome to my new video format, longer, more detailed, where I show you how I paint a Japanese storefront in watercolor. Here I'm using 4 cool colors and 2 warm colors with a Namura brush. I take a few minutes to think about the final composition. I start by applying masking fluid, gently taking my time. Then I look for brown by mixing yellow, red and indigo. I add paint little by little onto my dumb brush until I find the right balance. I apply this brown in small touches, then soften the edges with a very light yellow. Then I repeat the same process on different areas of the storefront. I also keep a few white reserves, kind of randomly, without painting them. Here's the result. It creates beautiful contrast with that yellow. Next, I add some blue to my palette with a tiny touch of red to deepen it. I use it to blend into a turquoise I laid down just before. I really like doing this kind of gradient on windows. It's both artistic and fairly realistic. I mix a brown again and a turquoise again. And I apply another gradient with these 2 colors, like I did for the windows, using the same technique. To make it more subtle, I go over the transition once horizontally where the 2 tones meet. It removes excess water and pigment and prevents the paint from keeping on moving. Finally, I move on the shadows. I start with a blue-gray and I soften it with a touch of purple. For the finest shadows, I use a much more precise brush and I go slowly to stay accurate. Here, I take a yellow, a green and a blue, and with those 3 colors, I paint the shrub in front of the storefront. Since the light is coming from above, I brighten the top of the leaves and the branches. I lift the excess paint in the middle, then I use the darker part of the mix at the bottom, in the shaded area. Next, I remove the masking fluid once it's fully dry. Using the back of my brush, I gently lift the edges, it doesn't damage the paper. Then I apply a small streak I had prepared early, and I pull the paint in the same direction down toward the right to create a natural gradient. Finally, with the very fine brush, I color the letters on the sign. And to finish, I add a few touches of opaque white with the tip on the windows for reflection and in 2 or 3 other spots. If this helped you, please like the video and subscribe. Leave a comment with your questions or topic ideas. I'll use them for the next video. Thanks and see you next time.